You can have the best product and the most amazing service, but if you do not master the ability to negotiate, you will always struggle to grow your business and never ever have a chance to win on Shark Tank. By definition, a negotiation is essentially a discussion to aim at reaching an agreement, or the process of discussing something with somebody in order to reach that agreement with them. Now, what that means is that for negotiations to work, both parties need to have the same final goal in mind, closing the deal. However, getting there is a little bit more difficult than that. And my goal with this video is to provide you so much value that you are convinced to hit that like button right now and help me reach more people with this channel to provide even more value to. Now, as I already hinted here, to really be able to win negotiations and come to an agreement, you need to find that highest common denominator, which means initially you have to be really, really clear what you are willing to sacrifice on your list of I need to have these things, and which are you not willing to sacrifice? Where are your boundaries? Being really clear in your negotiations also means to clarify when your opposing party says something that might not be completely clear. You do not ever want to assume. Be really clear what it takes to come to this common ground. Now, in this process, you are really in that whole nitty-gritty and detail and all the thing. When you are hitting a wall in your negotiations at that point, you need to come high up. Just as on Shark Tank, you have negotiations with multiple different people, with multiple different goals, with multiple different boundaries. When you are in the nitty-gritty of figuring out those boundaries and those goals and all the things, it can feel like you can never find a common ground. So get all out of the muddiness and get back into that big picture to find your common ground. Comment below, how do you deal with that transparency of really clearly stating your boundaries and what you will deliver? Do you have some trouble with being really transparent with your clients? I want to know. The next piece in really becoming great at negotiation is to realize that one shoe doesn't fit all. Now, Cinderella got her shoe back at some point, but if we take this shoe and we go back into Shark Tank and we are in our negotiations, chances are that one shoe is not going to fit all of the 4 or 5 sharks that are sitting there. So make sure you are not running a strict script that goes just for one personality type. You need to be able to adjust your script and your goal of how to get there to different people. And when you have those conversations, you might run into somebody that has a really strong point and just is not flexible at all. You need to find a way to soften them up a little bit to, again, get to that highest denominator, to be able to find that common ground to win those negotiations. And then you might have people that are like really flexible. No, I'll just do everything. You want to question that too and really ask them question of, why do you not care? You should be getting a result out of this one too. And if you are not getting a result out of this, and everybody wants to get a result out of something, then figure out, do they not know the result? Because they're not going to leave happy from this negotiation if they don't even know the result they want to get. You really need to adjust to those different personality types. My point here is you cannot treat all people the same way. We simply are not. Have you ever watched an episode of Shark Tank? You have multiple people on this board sitting and none of them do their negotiations the same way. Talking about being prepared, hit that subscribe button below so you can actually be prepared for the next video when we dive deeper on how to efficiently run your business and in this one, negotiate for the win. Now, being prepared means you are able to always keep that negotiation going. It means playing through this potential of sometimes hour-long negotiations, and all the questions that might come up. Have the information ready. Play through different scenarios. Use your business partner, your coach, your consultant, whoever, to do role play, especially for big major negotiations. Why do you want to be that crazy prepared, especially for Shark Tank negotiations? Simply, the other side that you are negotiating with might not be as prepared as you, and it will become quite clear really fast that you are a well-prepared negotiator, which then means if you are preparing for negotiations that well, you are also preparing for your business that well, and we are all in for a win. Last but not least, we talked about the whole personality types and all the things that are happening. Do not forget to take notes before and after, especially when it comes to those personality types. What kind of language are they using? What kind of decision-making strategy do they have? Are they kinesthetic? How are they processing information? That will help you not only within your negotiations, if you use this to prep for your negotiations, but also afterwards to be able to have continuous negotiation. If you are working with somebody, something will come up where it's like, whoa, 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 we are not doing this. Having their personality profiles down and having taken those notes will allow you to handle those situations that probably will come up easily and effortlessly, as well as what did you talk about in those negotiations? What are those SOWs? What is supposed to be in your statement of work? What are your deliverables, but what also are they bringing to the table? And on our example of Shark Tank, you see every single one of the sharks sitting there, always taking notes and making observations. Having one place you can rely on afterwards to make sure you get all of the information you have is a must-have. And if you do your negotiations online and on camera right here, here's a little pro tip for you. My calls, my negotiations, all of that usually happens 95% of the time virtually on Zoom. We use a tool called Firefly's AI to record the calls, but also use the AI that is integrated with Firefly's to pull out specific information, to pull out my SOW and the deliverables and all the things I need. It makes life so much easier. And by the way, now that you are a master negotiator, go check out my playlist around managing your team, because when you get as many clients as you want to, and probably even more with your new, fresh, advanced negotiation skills, you will need a properly managed team. And don't forget to subscribe, because I want to see you in the next video.